Hey guys, today's video is going to be me doing a tutorial on my updated base routine. Hope you guys enjoy! So, one of the most important parts of my makeup routine is skincare, skin prep, and usually if I have the time, I'll do my morning skincare routine and get into the makeup, but when I don't have time, I just apply sunscreen and call it a day. You should always be wearing sunscreen. I don't know who's telling you that you don't need to wear sunscreen if you're going to be wearing makeup, or you don't need to wear sunscreen because of all of these foolish reasons. Always wear sunscreen. Okay? Okay. The sunscreen that I use is the Bondi Sands Sport SPF 30. I really like how hydrating it is. And sometimes after I come out the shower and my skin is just, you know, the moisture is sucked out, I like using this. Now, primer. Some people say that you don't need primer and this and that. I personally think that primer is important, especially the types of primers you use, where you're using them, how you're using them. So me, I'm a primer gal, okay? So my first primer that I use is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. I got to pick it up because I think they've like been bringing it back for a limited time. So as you can see, I've definitely been using it, but I just take like 5 pumps of this. I remember when I first got it, I was looking at how to use it because people have been saying it pills and all that. And I was just like, what's the proper way to use it? And this person on TikTok said that you should use a lot of it so it can be evenly spread. Because if you use less of it, it's more likely to just pill and not actually have enough of itself to, you know, layer on top of the skin. So I'm gonna mix it. And I basically just rub it all over my face. Let me get my mirror, my Hello Kitty mirror my friend got me. I love how my room is just, my shirt is just giving Hello Kitty. Did I plan to wear this? No, I just picked a random shirt, but anyways. Yeah. And I basically just rub it all over my hair. Okay. So really get that tacky feeling. Love it! There's one of 2 primers that I use. I either use the AOA Studio Pore Filling Primer or the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. And since I already used the e.l.f. one, you know, on Saturday, I'm going to use the AOA Pore Filling one. A lot of people have been saying that, you know, the way you can't like mix water and silicone-based primers. And in my humble opinion, I disagree with that. I honestly think it's how you layer them and which one you're layering first. That's why I always go in with the Dewy Grip Primer first from e.l.f. because I just feel like the other primers layer so much better when that's, you know, my base primer. I just think you need to experiment and see what works for you. Because at the end of the day, you can definitely mix water and silicone, and it's not always water and silicone as the reason why your base is like pilling and all that. Perfect. Then I go in with the Clinique All About Eyes eye cream. One of my aunties from church got this for me in a skincare set. And I love putting this under the eyes. You should never neglect your eyes, guys. Always keep them moisturized. And that works with a regular moisturizer. You don't really need to use eye cream. I'm just using it because, you know. And then last but not least, I go in with this lip oil I got from Five Below, just to moisturize my lips. And that is it for the priming skin prep part of my base routine. Now it's time to get into the first step of my routine, which are my eyebrows. I always do my eyebrows first. I think they really just shape my face. They shape the whole look. And as you guys can tell, they look really thin. Not because of me. I stopped doing my eyebrows. I've actually been getting them threaded because there's a lady near my college who, you know, does eyebrows. And she made the girls extra thin. After I'm done doing my eyebrows, I usually go to my eyes. Sometimes I do like a natural, you know, fancy makeup look, or just keep it simple with eyeliner. So for today's video, I'm just going to do some eyeliner. I'll do that off camera and I'll be right back. Okay. Doing eyeliner when your eyes are 2 different shapes is so annoying because I'll just be sitting there trying to fix them up and I waste so much time. Yeah, just give me some grace. Okay, so now we can actually get into the base, okay? The foundation that I use is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation in the shade 500C. I went into Sephora and I actually got shade matched. She matched it to my chest and I've used it, and once it settles down when I'm doing my base makeup, it actually matches, okay? And luminous, yes, I know I'm shocked because I'm oily skin and it's like, oh, you can't do that oily skin with luminous. You can. It's just how you prep and your technique when you're doing your makeup. And I'm basically just setting. So this is a win-win. But I just apply a drop to each major point in my face. I don't really apply much to my nose, really, because what for? I don't really need that much product there anyways, because it really just comes off when I'm doing my stuff. So, and I like to take a flat brush and just blend the foundation out. I honestly think using a brush when trying to do your makeup, I think it preserves more of the product than when you would use like a sponge. I use sponges, of course, but that's only after I've blended out the product with a brush. I feel like I'm still able to maintain, you know, the full coverage of the product with a brush. And it's okay if I'm skipping under my eyes because I'm going in there with concealer anyways. So that's okay. So after I blend it out with the flat brush, I either go in with the Real Techniques foundation brush or I use a sponge. And today I'm going to use a sponge because, you know, that brush kind of needs to be washed. So, and this is the Away Studio Paw Paw sponge. This is an amazing brand. They have a lot of sponges for an inexpensive price. And I got this in like a pack for $10, like 9 for 10. Great. I basically take my sponge and I'm just going over my face again and just tapping in that product to reduce the brush strokes and just make sure everything is just looking flawless. Okay. Blending is really a skill that is underestimated. I think more people should be blending, you know? Now that we've blended out the foundation, now it's time to go in with concealer. If you guys don't know already, I'm just going to be using the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shades Chestnut and Rich Chocolate. Rich Chocolate is basically my main concealer shade. Chestnut is the one I accidentally got when, you know, I tried to get it online and thought, you know, I'm light enough for this, and I'm not. So I just like to apply some concealer just in the inner corner and out. Into my chin. Basically all the highlight areas are on my mouth, in the center of my forehead. Then I take Chestnut, and this is basically my highlighter shade, and I just put a dot in my inner corner. That's all you need. That is all you need. I am not really a brightened under eye kind of girly. It just looks goofy to me. I'm sorry. Some girls really rock it though. I just can't. It's not for me. Okay. What I do now is I let my concealer sit, because the longer you let it sit, the more coverage you're able to get out of it. So while I let that sit, I'm just going to apply my contour. And for contour, I take the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand in the darkest shade, Deep Rich. And I basically just apply it all over the parameters of my face. I basically changed my contour placement, which I love. And I basically put it on the cheekbone area or my cheeks here, instead of just doing it all over and then just bringing the whole contour down to my face. Nah. And I just like to apply some on my jawline, just to help chisel and also blend it with my neck. Because my neck is like 1,000 shades darker. You know, discoloration, hyperpigmentation, you know the drill. And I just blend out my contour by tapping, stippling, all of the above. I also kind of bring it down just to help, you know, chisel. And then I also just kind of like drag it, but also stipple on the jawline. Now I go in with some blush, cream blush, and I'm gonna be taking the e.l.f. Putty Blush. This is, what shade is this? Does it not say? Oh, Bahamas. I've actually been trying to get into orange blush, and I have honestly been loving it. I feel like I can just layer so much orange blush and it still looks okay. Like, it doesn't look in your face like if I were to use pink blush sometimes, you know. I am a blush girl. So I'm just gonna take some of this brush, swirl it really, and just apply it kind of in the same place as my contour, but a little higher, closer to my concealer. And it's actually okay if my blush and my concealer kind of, you know, meet each other, because I can just always reapply it, and I'm going in with a powder over this anyway, so this does not really matter. And I put some on my nose too, because I love blush on the nose. Super cute. Like, I just love orange blush. I'm honestly loving it more than my pink one. So now it's time to blend out the concealer. And I just take the AOA Studio E101 brush, and I start by just tapping in that highlighter shade in my inner corner, because that's where I want it to be. That's where it belongs. And then as I do that, I look up, and then I just keep tapping. And as I'm tapping, I'm just bringing this out to the face. And as I'm doing this too, I just like to shape my nose. And then I also like to just go on my forehead and kind of use this to go over my eyebrows, which further shapes them, just to aid in the blending process. And then I'll actually take the beauty sponge and just go over the place where I applied the concealer. And kind of go back and forth actually when I blend it here. Achieving that perfect like contour, but also highlighted, you know, center of my forehead takes time, but don't worry, gals, we will be addressing that when we do the powder steps of my routine. And I just like to take some of the leftover product of concealer on my brush and kind of bring it into my eyelid when I only have eyeliner. And I just take my buffing brush and just blend that onto the lid. Before I get to powder, I like to spray my face with my setting sprays. This isn't the actual Maybelline spray. This is another product I forgot the name of, but I'll just show you what it looks like somewhere on the screen. So I go in with this. And this, I think Hello Kitty primer spray and like setting spray. I think doing this before I go in with powder helps with the longevity of my makeup. And I think it just helps with the cream products just blending together more easily. Now, for setting the face, I like to use the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder and the Anastasia setting powder. The Coty one is in translucent and the Anastasia one is in golden orange. This is really not my shade. I accidentally got the darkest shade thinking that this is light on me, and it really isn't. It's just a little too orange for me. So I like to mix it with the Coty setting powder. And for all you guys wondering, like, yeah, the Coty causes cancer, it has talc. Yeah. Oh, yay! Ooh. Almost spilled all of my setting powder. Sorry. What was I saying? Oh, yes. I've been looking it up, and even though it has talc, we'd have to be ingesting it for it to be some kind of like serious damage, and the amount that you need to ingest for it to be cancerous is like, I don't know how you would achieve that unless you're doing it on, like, you're sniffing it like it's some kind of drug. So, and I love using these I forgot what they're called, powder puffs, I think. And I just start with the translucent powder. I take a dip, and then I dip into the Anastasia, and I basically go on my hand and mix them together, tap to get just like, because on the powder puff I can just one spread, even spread, and I go and I just tap look up, and place it in all the areas that I've highlighted. And I just do that for all the parameters of my face. Now that I've set my face and I'm baking, I like baking actually. I don't bake for like a long time, but you know, I think it helps with me being less oily, especially on my smile lines. Now I'm just going to go in with the Ruby Kisses mineral powder in the shade Ebony. This thing is still holding on, but I'm gonna wait till I finish the products because we finish it over here, okay? I kind of store my brush in this, tap, and I basically am also stippling and just buffing the contour on my forehead. I basically go under my blush, kind of. Just apply the contour, and don't worry about how low it is because we'll be baking that and just cleaning that up. And I also go on my jawline. When I'm done contouring my face, I then go back in with my powder puff and I just clean up that edge. So I like to start from my ear, the top of my ear, and then just go. Just bring it all the way down. I think I saw this trick from Jackie Aina, where if you have like a longer face, you can just kind of swoop that. And I also kind of like blend the powder onto my ear, just to help it look a little more natural. And then I just go over the areas that I'm baking again. Now, this is when I would go in with my blush. But before I go in with my blush, I would do some mascara. Now, I'm going to take this blush brush. And I'm just going to take the Juvia's Place blush set, volume 1. So pretty. So pretty. And I'm just going to take the orange shade, kind of throw my brush in, just smile and apply. Never forget the nose too. And sometimes when I just like to swoop a little, I also apply it to my temple. Well, not my temple, but you know, side of my face. And then I take my puffy brush and just blend away the setting powder. I also use this to help blend the blush and my under eye together a little more. And I take this big fluffy brush, it's from Five Below, it's the powder brush, to blend up the parameters of my face. And then I just go back in with my blush. And of course, I like to apply some shimmer. So I'm just going to take a random eyeshadow palette. This is the Perception palette. It's a collaboration with Shayla and ColourPop. And I'm just going to take just a brightening shade, Unbothered, and Spill the Tea. Just to apply to my inner corners. Give that brightened look. And whenever I make a mistake by applying too much, I just take my brush and just kind of fix that. And I also apply some to the bridge of my nose. Oof, period. And now it's just time to set the face. And I go in with two sprays. The spray that I told you about and the e.l.f. Stay On Night Microfine Setting Mist. I go in with this spray first. Then the e.l.f. I let that sit. And this is basically where I go in with leftover product on my brushes and tools just to set everything. take off my head tie and have my hair, I just like to take the leftover product on my bronzer and just bring this into my edges, just so it blends into my hairline naturally. That is it for the base makeup. I'm going to take you guys, well, I'm staying home today, so it's not really much to do. I'm going outside, but it is hot as hell, okay? So I'm just going to show you guys how my base lasts every 3 to 5 hours. Hello guys, this is about, I don't know, I think it's like 4:30 something, so I think like 4 hours later to do my makeup. As you can see, cheeks are giving, you know, glowy and all that. Wish you could like powder this away, but honestly I think it's cute. It adds to the like summer glow, and yeah, the base looks good. So I just wanted to do another checkup. It's 8:09, so this is about like, you know, 3 or 4 hours later, and let's just do what's up. As you can see, my skin is definitely very oily. You can see this. So what I like to do to touch up is I have a pressed powder. I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Face in the shade Toffee. This is a little too neutral for me, but you know, it gets the job done. And I just take my powder sponge and I dip, and I basically just look up and tap just to take away the oiliness. And this is ideal for like when you're going out and you don't really have your kit with you. I like to have my blush brush with me, so I kind of just like to tap over my cheeks again, because honestly my cheeks are the biggest indicator that I'm oily. So, and then if I have my contour brush too, I just like to tap on my forehead. And honestly guys, the indentations on my nose, I mean, they're there, but they're not too prominent. I don't know if you guys can hear the truck, I'm sorry, but they're not too prominent to the point where it's like annoying. So, but I do have a little trick for you guys who do see the indentations. What I like to do is that same brush that I blended out my concealer with, where the indentations are, I take that brush and I basically kind of blend them out, and then I go in with the powder puff and I just tap and set it. Because at the end of the day, that indentation just means that product is kind of like not moved, but, and same with my smile lines. If I see that I have some smile lines developing, I just take that brush again and I kind of go in the area where the smile lines are and just blend that out and then set. Hi y'all, I'm really tired, but I'm gonna do my skincare now. This is how my makeup looks. It's definitely giving very oily, but you know, that's expected, but I don't mind it at all because my base is still giving. But that's the final check-in. It's like about 12 a.m. right now, and this was about 4 hours, so I basically had this on for like what, 12 hours. So my base lasts, period. Thank you roses for watching this video. I hope you enjoy. I hope you love the tips. It's been a very long time. School has really been a lot this semester, okay? So partially my fault, but this summer I hope to be a lot more active and things. So yeah, have a blessed day everyone. Bye.